May profits be upon you. How you doing? How you doing? All right, we're going to take a look at NZD/USD. NZD/USD. This is going to be my quickest video. Why? Because it's really obvious. What happens is that the New Zealand dollar has dropped from 4th place last week, ranked at number 4, to 6th place. It went from -5.71 to -8.27. All right. This is the RT money meter, man. All right. The RT money meter tracks the rate of change in all the individual currencies from a futures perspective, tracking a 15-week period, about 3 months. Okay. And we see the New Zealand dollar is trending down in strength. All right. Conversely, the Swiss franc moved from 5th to 4th. Last week it was at -628. This week is at -481. It's trending up. These two are going 2 different directions, and we're going to see how that's playing out on the charts. All right, let's do a quick top down look at the monthly. All right, this is fairly easy to see. All right, after making a very big plunge, breaking structure to the downside, we pull back up to make a lower high. This one doesn't take the low, it equals the low. Doesn't take the low though. Goes up, doesn't take the high. All right, so we see attempts to go higher, fail. All right, we break structure to the downside, we return to impulse, and then down, up, down, taking out those lows. All right, again, we pull back for another lower high. Price can't go any higher. Boom, fail. We break the low, we break the low, lower low, lower high, lower low, until we take that low. All right, again, rinse and repeat. We make a lower high, establishes itself, make a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. What do we expect after a lower high in this sequence? Lower low, right? It makes sense to me. I don't know about to you, but it makes sense to me. Anyway, let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, we can see it a little bit more clearly. All right. Price had a nice sharp recovery here. All right. And we peaked out here after breaking these highs. Okay. But it was just to facilitate a lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I'm expecting this lower low to be made. I'm expecting that to be broken. Look what I see. Relative equal lows. You know that is a magnet for price, and price will take that low. All right. And we are in a zone of demand. All right. A weekly zone of demand, no less. All right. I would have expected price to react similarly, right? But look at the little muted reaction here. I'm thinking that there's a lot of momentum to the downside in that candle, right? Let's go to the daily, all right? And we can see that those relative equal lows inside of this weekly demand, and we could refine this weekly demand a bit more. We could refine it down to here. I'll put it this way. We could refine it down to here, all right, and wait till price makes its way down here, because I believe price will make its way down here. This is the midpoint of that weekly range, right? Hold on, there you go. That weekly range of price, all right, and I believe that we're going to get down to the middle point, the midpoint of this this zone. So no, I'm going to refine it myself. Okay, and I'm looking for price to reach that. This will be TP1. I'll be straight with you. And the breaking of this, the bottom line here is TP2. All right. The deal is, where are we getting in? Where are we going to get in? Well, let's go to the 4-hour and we'll see. Come on, man. All right. We're on the 4-hour. We're going to take a look at this price action right here. All right. What do we see here? Well, what we see is rejection, right? We see rejection. We see a lot of bearish impulse here. All right, we see the break of structure here. All right, and I want you to see something. I want you to see that if we pull that line all the way over, what do we see? We see a lot of interaction at this level. Is it more to see? Look at that. Same zone. We got support, 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 resistance, resistance, support. What we found is a key level, and price has a tendency to frequent that level, to test it. This is what I'm thinking. This is the possibilities. I'm looking for sells, of course. So I'm looking for, you know, like this is, something just hit my toe. What the heck was that? All right. Doggone. All right. We have demand here and price fired right through it. For me, when I see price fire through a demand zone, when I see it fail, it's going to be tested as a breaker, okay? A bearish breaker. So I'm looking for price to come back up and test that area here. All right, but you don't have to look for that. All right, you don't have to look for it. You know, bearish breakers and stuff like that. That's not something I'm going to get into right now, but I'm looking for price to come back up and test this, not only because it's a bearish breaker, but because it has a history as a key level, all right, where prices interacted with it, okay? I'm also looking at this area here, those wicks as inducement points, all right? Price is going to come back for that liquidity on the way up, and we'll probably find rejection here at the breaker and then continue down. All right, I'm looking for, remember this line here. All right, this line is for the relative equal lows. All right, I believe price is going to take those relative equal lows, pull back a little bit more, and then come back. Why are we going to see that pullback? I'm just being random. Why? Because these are areas of demand, man. All right. And when demand is taken out, you look for sells. And I'm looking for a price to, at whatever point, barrel through this. All right. Barrel through and break this demand zone. And I'll be waiting for the pullback. It may be here. It may be here. Maybe it doesn't go, maybe it doesn't make it up here. Maybe the zone will be here and price will come up here, and I'll take the short here. But I need to see this demand broken. I need to see that demand broken. I would take a very high probability short at that time. So I'm going to mark this out. This is one of the areas that I'm looking at. All right. This is one of my points of interest. All right. And this is another. This is the first one I'm going to be looking at because it's the closest. All right. I'm going to look here. All right. The price comes up. It may take this whole range. It may take this whole range, but I'm looking for the refined portion of this range of price. I'm hoping that price will sweep this high. All right. Come on, man. Let's do that. All right. Let me get that break. Let me get that break right there. All right. So I'm looking for price to take to sweep that high, mitigate this unmitigated zone of supply. And I got the wrong color there. I'm glad you showed me. I'm glad you showed me that. Of supply. And if price does that, I'll be looking for shorts from here down to this zone. So what did I tell you? We got the relative equal lows at 0.6075. All right. And we have this zone here, the new the next demand at 0.6026. I believe that's where we're going to end up. Okay. I believe that's where we're going to end up. I'm just hoping that we get a greater pullback. If we don't get the greater pullback, that's fine with me. If we get a subtle pullback here, you know, a more subdued pullback here, I'm going to be looking for bearish price action here. I'm going to be looking for, if I don't get that bearish price action here, I don't enter a trade. If I get the bearish price action here, I will enter here. Okay. If I don't get it there, no problem, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it there. All right. I'm looking for those flips, man. This would be a great flip if price comes through. If price comes through here and retraces all the way back up here, that would be great. I need to see this broken so that I could catch the high probability short to the next demand zone, which is down here. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. All right. I need you to check out the previous video, which is the weekly outlook, where I examine each individual currency from a futures perspective. Each individual currency, I can see the strength or weakness, and it's better to look at that and see that, is it weak on its own, or is it weak just compared to a stronger, one of the pairs, one of the other currencies that it's paired with. I need to see if it's strong or weak on its own. You understand? And I'm hoping that better informs you as to which pairs to take trades with for the week that is ahead of us. All right. Smash the like button. I gave you some information. I need you to smash that like button for me. I need you to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can catch all of my updates when I send them out. Okay. And do leave a comment. How do you like this scenario here? All right. Do you think the lower zone will be the one that we can catch a short from, or can we get a bigger pullback, a nicer pullback, so we can catch that high probability short? I am short and I'm looking for more shorts. All right. If we get a break above here and we get a lower high here, this would be the best one. All right. But we might see this bearish continuation down to the next zone. All right. Look at that video I suggested, the weekly outlook. I'm leaving it on your screen right now. And do check out my other pairs for the weekly forecast and those other pairs that I put out today. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.